Hello. Just give me a second. I just wanted to make sure that everything looks okay perspective wise and all that stuff and lighting. So I'm just going to make a couple adjustments before I start. How does that look? I don't know. We might as well just start. Um, and this is crooked. I need to fix that. Okay. All right. So today we're going to do white ink on black paper, which is something I haven't done in a while, so I'm looking forward to it. Because I do enjoy doing black ink on wait, white ink on black paper. So this will be good. I'm gonna zoom in a little more though. Okay, I hope that looks clear. There's no way to know until we just start, so I'm just gonna go for it. So I don't really have a plan right now, but I'm starting to kind of get an idea. I think I just want to make something that sort of makes some sort of flowy shape. Um, and so I'm gonna kind of follow just like some sort of like map I have in my head that is really difficult to explain. So, but yeah, you'll see it as it kind of manifests on the page. It is kind of hard to see though. Normally when I'm drawing, I'm really, really close to the page. And that's not because my eyesight is bad. I think it's just because I can get really in there. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. Hey, sorry, I didn't see the chat for a second. I've never played a rhythm game. Um, well, maybe I have. Could you tell me more about what that is? Thank you. Thank you. Also, Lightning Tiger, I appreciate that. Yeah, I like to just kind of like shut my brain up and just kind of do this. But yeah, I don't know what a rhythm game is. A jungle. Okay, that's a good idea. Hi, Nate. By the way. Yeah, I have my computer pulled up here. I just wanted to make sure the chat wasn't working earlier and I just had to refresh it. Now it is, so that's good. But I was prepared to just go fully silent because that's kind of what's feeling good right now too. So also later we're gonna add a spirograph, which will be really fun. Oh, okay, yeah. Um, as far as Guitar Hero goes, I'm really good at Guitar Hero, and I do not mean to brag, but that's what I did for my birthday last year. Is we had a video game night at my friend's house, and I requested anything. The only thing I want is a chocolate cake and a Guitar Hero. And you know what? I did Free Bird on hard mode. That's right, Free Bird. And that's like the first thing on my resume now. So, but yeah, I love those types of games. I don't really play a lot of games anymore, but maybe someday when I have my own house and a little bit more time to like to put into games, I would like to do that. I also had Guitar Hero on the DS, which literally is linked to carpal tunnel syndrome, I'm pretty sure, because you're just like playing like this and strumming with your stylus. And oh my god, I was so good. I got perfect scores on every song on every difficulty. Yeah, thank you for that prompt. I just like I had to like brag, I guess. Jeez. Okay, a jungle though. I'm thinking about that still. Should I add like actual things in this or should it just be lines, do you think? Rhythm heaven. Oh, cool. I'm gonna add that to my sticky note. Cool. And I'm also the thing I forgot about last time is I forgot writing down like who said what so that I can remember when they talk again and follow up with them on that. So slanted patch of grass. Hmm, that could be cool. I don't draw like a lot of trees and nature and stuff. Um, and I've always had a hard time drawing trees, to be honest. But that sounds like it would be kind of cool here. So I'm trying to figure out what to do. Um, oh yeah, no, I get what you mean. I'm kind of approaching this drawing with a pretty open mind too. So like it would be kind of cool to like actually put stuff in this instead of just doing lines and stuff like I usually do. So I'm just trying to like work this all in my head and what would be doable. I don't really know how to draw a vine. But I guess today's the day I attempt to. Because it's kind of like twisty, right? It's kind of like twisty with like maybe a leaf on it or something. Okay, that just looks like I don't even know what that looks like. Maybe another leaf? I don't know. Maybe another leaf. Okay. Here's my vine. Vine attempt. One of one. I've never drawn a vine before. Okay, I should have added another twisty thing here. So let's do it. Maybe a scraggly bit. Cool. Maybe it opens up like this. Yeah, I'm glad you guys picked this out of all the pull options. Because I don't know, it's fun to go back to stuff I haven't touched in a while. That's a leaf. No, that looks like bamboo. Let's let's bambooify this line. Why not? You know? I went to a bamboo forest once in Kyoto and it was like so cool, but it was the part of Kyoto that's like just super touristy. And so it was crowded and it wasn't like a super authentic feeling, but it was still cool to see um, a grove of bamboo that dense. So if I could do it again, I would probably just like, I don't know, just like wander off into the forest and try to find one organically. I think there's like a little bump where the lines are, on bamboo, and I feel like I need to add that in order to get like a real effect. Thank you, RoboFishy. I appreciate you. I feel like one thing that I always talk about, because it's kind of occupying a lot of my brain space at all times, is like, I guess my identity as an artist. And what I mean by that is I have like these two distinct personalities. And there's not a ton of examples of when they are able to like kind of come together and overlap. But one of them is like the fine line stuff, drawing like this. And then the other is like kind of like the softer, colorful, um, emphasis on colorful, just like sort of shapes, shapes and forms versus hard lines. And so today I was like applying for stuff, art stuff, and whatever. And I always get to this part in the application process because I've been rejected a lot. That's just the name of the game. And that's okay. But like I get to this part of the process where they're like upload images of your portfolio or recent works or whatever. And I don't know what to pick, because I have these really distinctive black and white line drawings. Okay, we're almost off camera now. I have to kind of, you know what? Where's my ruler? Pause. This is just so I don't have to like worry about drawing off camera. Okay, go to out here. Okay, sorry. Continuing. I get to this point in the application where I'm like, I don't know what to pick because I have this really distinctive black and white line work style art. And then I have like my super colorful stuff that I kind of think I need to keep working on. Like I feel like this here is kind of my comfort zone versus the colorful stuff where it's like I think I could probably grow more there. But I don't feel like my application is as strong if I just use like the experimental stuff that I've been using. So I tend to just like go back to the black and white. And I don't know, it's just like, and I feel like I have to explain myself all the time. Like, yeah, I'm an abstract artist and like I kind of do two different things. And I don't know, it's just like it's weird. It's a weird feeling. This lace is from my imagination and it is being born as we speak. I have no references. This is just kind of how I like to draw. So I don't know Silk Song. I don't know what that is, but if it's something that is cool and should be looked into, then I will write it down. Just let me know. But yeah, just some thoughts. I don't know for the artists out there who are watching. Um, I guess like I'd like to hear more about your journey when you have like kind of been as you've developed your artistic identity or I guess your style and just like kind of your inner dialogue with things of that nature. Because I always like to compare notes with people, and I don't have a lot of artist friends in real life. So, and what I mean by that is I have zero artist friends in real life. So, I'm kind of like lacking that conversation. So, yeah, I'm curious to hear thoughts and opinions on those types of things. Let's add a flower. Let's add, how about a flower? Oh, what about, remember when we did the one last week and it looked like a Venus flytrap? What if we did a Venus flytrap? Okay. I just drew one. Let me try to remember. Okay, it's got this like weird leaf. And they kind of go like that. But then the mouth is like, um, well, let's draw the teeth first. I know they're not actually teeth. Kind of like that. I don't know. And the ones come from the other side are kind of like that. See, one thing, um, here's an insight, a rare insight, because I just don't have a lot that I have with my drawings is that like I don't like to overlap lines very much, you know? And so this right here stresses me out. And I don't know how I feel about that. But Venus flytrap, I guess. It's not perfect. But I didn't have a reference, so let's see. I didn't really do a ton of fun stuff this week. I worked on Thursday through yesterday, which is just like it's just a 5-day week, but I'm I don't know, it was kind of a lot. I was by myself most of it, so I was like a little tired. And then I went on a 10-mile hike on Wednesday. And that was pretty good. It did rain and I did trip and fall, so that was unfortunate. But yeah, it's just nice to spend some time outside. And other than that, yeah, I've just been really busy with, and after I get done with work, I just feel so drained. So not a lot has been going on. So I don't really have any cool like movie recommendations right now off the top of my head or books. And I didn't really listen to any new music either. Ah, that's so that's so sad. That's a symptom of how I'm doing, I think. Show some mountains. And I'm actually recording sideways, so like my hands. It's landscape for you, but it's portrait for me. So I am just gonna go with the challenge. That might have been overkill. No, 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 no. Okay. Okay. Everything is fine. It's just a drawing, and nothing is real. Okay, now let's finish this part with just like a one of these. Cool. Now, a little bit more over here. Wow, this is actually really challenging. Yeah, I get that. I I don't know. I feel like when I look back at old applications I filled out, I'm just like, wow, this is garbage. Like, of course I didn't get it. Like it's terrible or something. Like I'll be really harsh on myself. And it's just I just feel like it's because I grow a lot and change a lot and I change my mind on things and I feel like I don't know. It's like sending an application off for a project that like, they're doing their selection process and things like that like a year in advance or like the applications are a year in advance and then they do all their selections. It takes forever. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like by the time they even get to me, like I'm an entirely different person. Like I just I feel like so like in motion all the time. And I don't know if that's just a phase of life that I'm in. It might be. But it's really hard to like it's like choosing one still, like one frame from a movie and like sending that to somebody being like this is it even though like there's like the movie is like kind of still going. That's what it feels like sometimes. And I have a really hard time with all of those things. But okay. Now, those don't really look like mountains from my point of view, but on the screen they look okay. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate your consistency with art and exercise and stuff. And such, sorry. Thank you. The one thing that I had to give up in order to live like a healthier life and be able to be consistent with the things that are important to me. And this is a huge privilege, but I had to give up a 40-hour work week in favor of a 28-hour work week plus spending less money plus living with my parents. So that's the truth. But since I've figured out that that's something that is kind of a non negotiable for me, it's been a lot easier to just like work through the pride that comes with moving back in with your family. And then embrace like the good stuff that can come out of that freedom. But I appreciate that, Nate. Um, as far as exercise goes, I just feel like everything distracts me less when I actually like am not lazy, you know? Like when I am like today was a lazy day, but it wasn't. Like I was doing computer work all day. But if I had just been on my phone or like playing games or watching TV or something, I would be so grumpy right now. You know, I'm already like I'm not grumpy per se, but I'm not like as cheerful as I feel like I could be. Plus, it's just like a little bit hot in this room right now, so that's not helping. But yeah, it's like I feel like moving your body is like the best thing you can do for yourself. So and honestly, my one of my dear friends has really like amped up my practice with that too. She's just like she's so athletic and like fun to be around and strong and cool and like she always like invites me to you like do hikes and stuff and it's like I always say yes because it's just like fun to do it with people that you love, you know. Okay, I remember when I said I had like a direction. Um I lied to your faces. I lied to all of you. It's gone. I don't know what that was. Okay, I don't know. Let me think for a second. Okay, I'm done. um, we're gonna do we're gonna do spy graph eventually, but for now, I just want to stencil this. How's that? All right, not too bad. But yeah, Nate, I if you're still here, I don't know if you are, but I liked your TikToks that you posted earlier this week, going through your or not drawing animation process and things like that. It's really interesting to me. Do you like do that on your computer or tablet or something? Okay, I'm gonna do a spirograph. Let's go right here. Oh, okay, I messed it up. That's fine. What's happening? Why is this working? Okay. I'm getting kind of cranky. Yeah, you do need one of these. Clearly they work so good the first time. Actually, that was all user error. But let me try a different size. Maybe that would be better. And I don't like to use them with the pens immediately because they smear, you know, because I mean, drawing something with a pen and then immediately dragging a piece of plastic over it doesn't always warrant the best results. So I like to do pencil first. Oh my God. I'm so bad at art today. Ah! Okay, I gotta chill. Everything's fine. Round three, you guys. Okay, and if it doesn't work, um, everything will be fine. I will continue as planned. Let's do. Oh, I wasn't done, I guess. Okay. How about them apples? Yeah, I do like them. Um, yeah, I think it's interesting. It's a skill I want to learn someday. Maybe maybe now. Oh, you know what we should do? I did this drawing in my sketchbook where I had something coming in and then going out of that, so we should do that real quick. Okay, sorry. Um, yeah, eventually I'm really interested in like just all the things about animation. I think it's really cool. Um, one of those like art forms that combines different, you know, different maybe disciplines, different components, and I think that's like the most impressive type of art. But iPad, cool. Yeah. I have an iPad. I do have Procreate. I never use it though. It's because I like to touch the paper. And I'm bad at technology. Um, if it wasn't like blatantly obvious. But yeah, I don't really like to record myself talking too much. And I think the reason why, like on TikTok, I kind of like having a little bit of anonymity just because I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of things out there and it's easy to just kind of like put stuff out there, have it be like immediately consumed by either a ton of people or nobody, and then it's like basically dead to the world. And so it doesn't feel as like productive to be a little bit more vulnerable on there, you know? Not that like vulnerability is what you should be aiming for per se, but like for me, it feels like um emotionally more expensive to kind of put that kind of work on there. So all this to say is like recording yourself is tricky. That's why I don't have like any real videos on my YouTube channel. And the two that I have no talking, no my face and nothing like that. Cause I don't know. It's just like a door I don't really feel like opening right now. But all of this to say, I think people are really interested in your process, in your art form, and what you have to say. So I'm excited to hear and see more. Yeah, I kind of like it too. Exotic sunset. Do you think I should draw another spirograph or waves or something? How about some swirls? I haven't done a swirl in a minute. TikTok is very vapid. 100% agree. I feel like when I was probably on there the most, scrolling the most as a consumer, like not posting anything, just kind of like watching people. I literally like I didn't interact with anything. I sent things to my friends every now and then I would save things, but I like wouldn't even like things. And I don't know, I just I don't know, I just not wanting to be seen, just kind of wanting to watch quietly. And so I have this like perspective of, that kind of person on TikTok, which I do think there are a lot of people who just kind of like silently view. Now I'm a lot more active as a creator and it's it's okay. Thank you. Yeah, always forget that I can do this because it's like a cool effect. Um and so it's fun to do it again. But yeah, TikTok is okay, I guess. I feel like I don't know. It feels very much um I think people are very, very, very aware of like who they are on TikTok, you know? Like what I mean by that is like if somebody has like a high amount of followers or something like that, or yeah, basically like a little bit more clout on there, I feel like they are less likely to engage with smaller accounts. And now this is just completely like me talking and like thinking out loud. But I feel like um I don't know, like something like feels weird to me when I find like an account that has like a million followers and they follow nobody. I don't know. I'm like, oh, so you're like a TV channel? You're like a commercial program? Like you just make advertisements? I don't know. It's just like it's a strange feeling. Does anyone know what I'm talking about, or am I just being me? I don't know. How about some clouds, huh? Oop, that was the wrong way for a cloud. Another thing that like I've noticed on TikTok is like um and I have a smaller account too that I post things on. And people accidentally follow me all the time and then they immediately unfollow me. And that's just kind of like strange. I don't know. Like it happens a lot. Like I have a couple videos that I mean they're not like viral by any means, but like they'll just I'll get, like, a lot of comments and, like, we'll have, like, discussions and stuff, and then people will follow me and then immediately unfollow me, and I think it's because they see I have 20 followers, and they're like, "Oh, no, they haven't received this person hasn't received the validation of my peers, my TikTok peers, so I don't think they deserve my attention." Like, I don't know if I'm just, like, projecting, but it feels like I don't know, how can you not feel that way? Totally aura farming. It's like, "Oh, nice. You're so important that you don't care what other people think or say," I guess. I don't know. Can't relate. I love knowing what other people think. Maybe we do another, something like this. Did you guys know that a spirograph can be used in many different ways? Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like burning out of TikTok, honestly. I decided back in October, I decided I would do a whole year of posting every day just to see if I could get some traction. And I think the biggest, definitely already talked about this too, but like, I think the biggest like benefit that I've gotten from that is just like number one, the confidence building, and then number two is like the maybe the connections with other people. And then the third thing is like, I guess learning how to use technology to my advantage a little bit more. So that's good, and there are some benefits, but also it's like I what I kinda do is I just, like, post and then I, like, go through the friends page. I do not spend time on For You page if I can help it, and then sometimes I'll go to the following. I feel like they hide the following part, though. It's just, like, the For You is just kinda shoved down your throat. And so I don't always, like, see the people I actually follow. I have to, like, go looking for them. And then yeah, and then I kinda just dip out. But anyways, yes, you do. I got this one from a toy store in Boulder, Colorado. It was awesome. That was the coolest toy store ever. Well, it wasn't a toy store, it was a kite store. So their first product was kites, and then all their other stuff was toys. But I already have a kite. I don't need a kite. I did not have a spirograph. So they got me squared away. I'm not really sure where these lines are going, but we will just have to figure it out on the way. Okay. Um, that was kind of a dumb thing. Okay, cool. This isn't really anything, but most of my things aren't, so it's okay. It's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. Asheville, North Carolina. I've never really been to the East Coast very much or the South. I don't know if Asheville counts as East Coast, I guess. Have you seen Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium? I feel like that's a movie from my childhood that not a lot of people know about, but I think Natalie Portman is in it, if I'm not mistaken. You're so overwhelmed. Oh no. Oh, wow, Asheville. Asheville is like just being it's just so the universe is just so promoting Asheville. I can't talk right now. That's so weird. I feel like I also saw something from Asheville um recently. Is that like a cool place? Should I go to Asheville? Am I missing out? Okay, now I'm gonna draw on the spirograph part. Oh, is it in the mountains? I'm not the best at geography, but yeah, is it in which mountain range is it in? Oh, Appalachians. Oh my God, I'm so silly. Um, oh, Jesus. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've always wanted to do like a quality tour of the states that I haven't ever been to. I want to see all 50 states. One at a time though, but one thing at a time is what I meant to say. Obviously, one state at a time too. Oh my God, that is such a bad line. Oh no. Okay, it's fine. Just keep going, it's fine. Um, but it's cool to hear, perspectives like that. Also, I think me and my brother are gonna do a music type themed road trip, like a historical music themed road trip in the next few years, and we're gonna do, like, Memphis and Nashville, Atlanta, and New Orleans, places like that. Hopefully go to, like, some, like, blues festivals and, like, jazz places and, like, obviously hip hop and things like that, and it'll be really cool. Maybe well, if we really wanna do hip hop, we should probably go to New York too. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Yeah, I kind of wanna do, um, a section of the Appalachian Trail, I think. I don't know if I'm cut out to do the whole thing. I'm a little bit busy, so can't really commit all that time. But who knows though? I mean, doing 10 miles was like honestly surprisingly easier than I thought it would be. And we had 3,000 feet of elevation gain. And we started at, I mean, we're up here in the mountains, so it wasn't like hiking in Colorado, but it's not nothing is what I'm trying to say. So anyways, I think I could probably um handle like a long trail like that. But yeah, you guys have any like outdoors experiences like that? Or recommendations or something. I've read a few books of people doing trails and whatnot. And my cool friend that I just mentioned, she's doing a 400-mile trail like as we speak, which is amazing for her, but also really sad for me because now I can't just like hang out with her. Oh, really? Oh, what were you doing? If you don't mind me asking. So you went to Memphis and Nashville and Atlanta? Mm, that was bad. Not my best work, you guys. Oh, really? That's so cool. I've always wanted to do something like that. Tennessee's your favorite. I have a couple friends who live in the Nashville area. Well, I would say acquaintances, like mutuals online that I've just had over the years, and they say that there's like I don't know, they speak very highly of their hometowns and stuff. I've always wanted to visit. Plus, like, I just think it'd be so cool to be um just like in just like a kind of a cultural hub, like Nashville, especially for music and stuff like that. I'm so jealous. I think all I do is talk about like I don't get to see I have to travel to see bands I like. I don't get to see any concerts. Blah blah blah. And I think I just need to move somewhere that I can do that. Just save everybody. Just spare everyone from listening to me. But that's cool. Tennessee's been your favorite. Um yeah, do you have any like hidden gems that maybe surprised you or places that you would recommend to somebody? All the bars in Nashville are named like Kid Rock's bar. Well, that's interesting. I'm sure they have a Dolly Parton bar. Or Dollywood must be that's in Tennessee, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think you'd catch me drinking at either neither the Kid Rock bar nor the Post Malone bar. Imagine like applying for a job at the Post Malone bar. I'm sorry if that's where you work. If anybody in the future is watching this and they're like, "Hey, that's where I work." Oh, sorry. I didn't mean it. It's crazy, like, the things the what, just, like, the things that, like, bigger cities have. It's just, like, mind-blowing to me as someone who's just, like, always mostly lived in rural areas, except for, like except for Tokyo, but whatever, but it's just, like, funny. Like, I remember I saw, like, a Topgolf for the first time. I was, like, 18 or something, and I was just like, "Why is that necessary?" I just, like, didn't understand it. I was like, "That's taking up so much room," and, do enough people need to do that, to keep a business like that running? And I it was just, like, mind-boggling to me. My sad Venus flytrap, it just looks so bad. It just looks so bad. Oh, well. Hey, Vic the Frog, nice to see you. Maybe I should go to a movie tonight, that would be fun. Actually, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. As soon as I'm done streaming, I'm gonna go upstairs, I'm gonna eat, and then I'm gonna go to a movie. It's, like, a great way to end my day of, doing nothing. Yeah, it's well, I said lace because I feel like that's just, like, the easiest way to describe this, and it kind of is, I guess. I mean, it's not, but it is. Yeah, sort of my own style. What if we did, like, a nautilus shell or something? That would be really cool. What if that's what this was? Does anyone does anyone care about the Fibonacci sequence as much as I do? Because it's, like it's one of my favorite sequences by far. Okay, this time I am looking up a, reference because I don't really feel like messing it up. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna utilize the power of the pencil to not mess up. Okay, easy. But okay, now it'll go like this. Okay, that stops like that. Cool. Okay, let's give it a go. Golden ratio. Yes. Sorry, I had to look at a reference because I didn't want to mess up my my shell. Thank you, Vic the Frog. I appreciate you. I don't really know how to be good at YouTube, so I trusting in my associates. Thank you. I still appreciate you stopping by. That's really nice. My other favorite sequences, probably sequence the game, sequence like the plastic shiny flat bead that you put on your clothes to make it shiny. Um, those are my favorite sequences. So we got one in each family. What are your favorite sequences? Oop, that was not a good line. Ah, it's fine. It's fine. There was this episode. Okay, pause everything. There's this episode of Criminal Minds um that had Justin Alexander as the bad guy, and he had this like luscious silver hair, and he was like obsessed with the Fibonacci sequence. And I did like a report on Leonardo Leonardo Fibonacci? Whatever, whoever the mathematician, scientist, philosopher, whoever it was. Obviously, I retained all that information. Back in 7th grade, I did like a poster board and everything. And so I was like into it because of that. Anyways, I watched this episode of Criminal Minds. Jason, did I say Justin? I meant to say Jason Alexander. Jason Alexander, if you don't know, if you can't place him, he is Costanza on Seinfeld. Just totally blanked his name. And it's just like it's hilarious. It's like I don't know, it's just funny. I mean, it's a really serious episode. They're all very upsetting, but like yes. Thank you. Okay, we're friends about sequins. I love that. But yeah, I don't know. It's like crazy to me that like all of that happened. And like I don't know, cuz I love that episode was like centered around Dr. Reed, who was like my favorite when I would watch that show. Because he was so, like, dorky and cute and stuff, and then we had George Costanza from Another Life, basically, like, being crazy. I don't know, it was just, like it was Criminal Minds is wild. I think they're still putting out new seasons or new episodes or something, which is crazy, like, can we just let it go, guys? I feel that way with TV shows that have just been around for too long. Yeah, exactly. I've only seen a few episodes of Law& and Order, it's just not really crime shows just, like, aren't really my vibe anymore. Um, should I, like, put more lines on this shell? Do you think it looks unfinished? I think it does. Let's just go for it. Um, yeah, it's just like, what are you doing here? It's like, don't you have a family? Don't you have, like aren't you, like, on Jimmy Fallon later this week or something? Okay, and then one more. There's a few, like, child actors on Criminal Minds that, I think I, like, encounter in my as I, like, continue to watch TV and stuff, and it's always, like, kind of jarring. Just like, I don't know, TV's does weird things to your brain, I think. But, yeah, Fibonacci sequence. Shout out to Fibonacci. Thank you for your hard work in the field. I hope you like this drawing. I know it's not perfect. never forget you. Like, my very first friend that I made at the rock climbing gym, he had a Fibonacci sequence tattooed on his body, and I I don't know, I'm just like, he's the only person I've ever met. He turned out to be not such a nice person, so we don't talk anymore, but, he's like he, like, got a lot of, like, swag points for that, and I was like, "Oh, okay, like, we can hang. That's all I need. Like, we can hang." I'm just kidding. Like, it's funny how, like, there are certain things in your head that are, like they're not really meaningful, but they, like, amount to, like, like, green flags for people, which I totally misread that situation. What movie am I gonna watch? I'll have to check what's showing at my theater. I wanted to see Lazarus. I've been on that scary movie kick. I haven't been to the theater since, like, June 20th, I think was the last time. And we saw Princess Diaries, and that was for, like a private screening. The theater's pretty small, so, like, you can rent out rooms and stuff, and my friend did that for her bachelorette party. So that was fun. Let me see what they're playing. Anything good playing. There's a movie called Steal This Story, Please. Um, about a journalist. That sounds okay. Um, oh, now and then Tuner is the other movie that's playing, which is about a piano tuner who discovers he can open safes. That's such a specific concept. I've never heard of that movie before. The other one seems to be possibly a documentary on Amy Goodman, the journalist. And that might be nice, but I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like I want something exciting. Disclosure Day was playing, but I missed the last showing, so I might have to go back tomorrow for that. Because that's the new Spielberg movie, I think. And I know it's about aliens. That's not a spoiler. And I just love an alien movie. So I know I just like announced and proclaimed and declared that I was gonna go to the movie theater, but now I'm like, I don't know if I actually do want to go. I might go tomorrow. I'm trying to get a new job right now. Hopefully you're not nobody here is my supervisor at my current job. And please don't tell her. But like I am trying to get a new job right now. And I have a lead. And I don't want to jinx it. But I think it'd be cool. Cause let's just say like if I got this job, I would be kayaking every day. So take that what you need. Go ahead and go ahead and speculate. I think it'd be fun. So sorry, I just kind of froze. I hope it's working. Um, I apologize for the delay. Lawyer. Yeah, I am now representing I'm an injury lawyer. I will be representing you if you get injured in a car accident. I'm gonna get one of those billboards by the interstate with like just my face on it and like a huge phone number that's just like 555 5555. Call me. I would be the worst lawyer in the world. I'd get up there and I'd be like, um, I did go to law school, so I don't really know how to do this. And then they'd be like, wow, you suck at being a lawyer. That's probably what would happen. Yeah. Okay, cool, cool. I kind of like this like webby piece here. I also have this huge posca, this medium posca, and then this skinny posca. So if we need to, we can we can, use those. But I don't know if that's gonna be necessary. I gotta figure out what to do with this line. This is kind of just hanging out there and I don't know where to put it. So and I don't really like to leave a lot of lines like that. It just feels like loose thread, you know? So speaking of, I'm gonna take care of you right now. Maybe we go like this. But yeah, have you guys seen any good movies lately? I usually watch a lot of movies, but haven't really gotten around to it this week. I did see Memoir of a Snail. I think I talked about that last week too. That was very good. Ooh, oh, I did not mean to do that. Okay, that's fine. We'll color it in. Hi, thank you. I am doing well. How are you doing? I am getting kind of hungry though, so I might wrap up the stream in just like a couple minutes. As soon as I get to like a good stopping point, I think I'm gonna call it because I would love to be eating something right now. What do I plan on eating? Hmm, I don't know. I'm not eating sugar right now, which is like probably the least interesting person or the least interesting thing a person could say ever. Um, but I'm trying to eat healthier. So I might have maybe some Greek yogurt or something lame like that. I do have potato chips though. That would be good. No, I'm just like not a good cook. I need to I need to like find someone. I need to marry somebody who can cook because I can't feed myself very well. It's all very pathetic. It's like people marry people for money or, I guess status or, if they're royal and they need to like join two nations together. I plan on marrying somebody so that I can stay fed and not necessarily like have money, but like so that they can cook and I can eat. Isn't that romantic? Oh, hey, welcome back, Nate. Yeah, no, thank you. Um, we're just riffing. I was just being silly. Can anybody here cook? Chat, can you cook? I felt so ridiculous saying that, not gonna lie. Yeah, kind of like this part. It's kind of giving dolphin, ever so slightly, which I'm not mad at. I think it's kind of fun. Um, I never finished my swirly pattern over here, so I'm gonna finish that. But yeah, I mean, it's not like I can't cook. It just feels like such a significant chore for me that I just kind of just scavenge. Um, that's not like a very appetizing word, but yeah, I'll just prepare little like snacks and small things and it can be kind of hard, especially being a vegetarian, but it's I mean, it's not that bad. If it gets to the point where I'm like malnourished, then I hope someone will let me know and I can take a cooking class or something. Yeah, exactly. I feel like there's no way to like hack this part of life unless you actually enjoy cooking or if you can like teach yourself to fall in love with the process, then I think you're golden. But like if you're like me and you're just I just need to eat right now. And my problem is like I don't cook until I'm hungry. And then by the time you're done cooking, you're like your blood sugar's low. You're angry at everything and like god forbid something goes wrong while you're cooking because then you're just gonna like break a glass or something. um it's just not a great thing and then like your whole eating is gone. Yeah, I know. I used to cook. I had to cook when I lived in Japan because I lived alone and like if I didn't cook I didn't eat, so I had to like oh my god, and it was so much work. Like I'd get home from work and then I'd immediately go to the grocery store and I didn't have a car, so I'd like walk with like these heavy grocery bags, like almost a mile. And then I would like get home and I'd just like have to wash everything. And I only had like a sink that was as big as this paper. Um, and I didn't have a counter and I had one cooktop and I didn't have an oven and I didn't have a microwave. And it was like honestly a nightmare. It was so tedious. And then what I ended up starting to do is doing the meal prep thing. I just started making, like, a huge batch of dinner, and then I just put it in these little containers, and that's what I would eat for the next 10 days, and, I'd freeze it too, and, yeah, it was I think that's another way I could probably, resolve this, but, for now, I don't know. Gosh, it's just, like, so hard to get yourself to do the chores that you hated to do when you were younger, you know? Even as an adult with free time and spending money and free will, it's like, you know what I'm gonna do with that free time spending money and free will? I'm sure as hell not going to sit here and fold laundry. No, I'm gonna draw a picture. So, yeah. I lived in Mishima and Shizuoka for like 6 months, and then I lived in Ikebukuro in Tokyo for 6 months. And Mishima had a way better kitchen, not gonna lie. And it's kind of like in the country, so it was pretty chill. And I had a working rice cooker, which was great, and plenty of room. But my Tokyo apartment was like a shoebox, and I had almost like no amenities, and it cost so much money. And it was like not the most um it was not like the Tokyo dream that I was hoping to be living. There were some it was really fun though. And I would do it again if I had just like a little bit more preparations, and maybe if and I don't know, it wasn't as good as I could have made it. I'm gonna take the responsibility. I could have made it better, but my circumstances were just kind of like weird. So um we did the best we could with what we had. So yeah, I would love to go back there and live again someday. I started thinking about it this week, and I think I can do it. I think I can actually like get it right this time. But yeah. So actually all roads lead back to music. So I got really into this punk rock band in maybe 2021. They're called Otoboke Beaver, and they're just like a girl punk rock band and from Japan. And I started listening to them. This is gonna be a long story. I started listening to them, and I don't know, everything, every sound that they made, I was like, yeah, I agree with this. But I didn't know what they were saying. So I started studying Japanese, because that's the only logical thing to do. I started studying Japanese like really hard just for fun. I was in college, and um, then I was in grad school, and then I was like, this is my new hobby. And I just kind of went with it, and I studied for a few years. And then in 2022, I started taking like actual classes in Japanese. Music, I was still listening to like Japanese music like crazy. Um, and then I just like applied for study abroad so I could get a break from my master's program. Um, and got in. That's when I was living in Mishima. And then I studied Japanese a little bit more. Although like that the classes they put me in, there were only 5 students. There were only 5 exchange students. Um And so I got put in a very beginner class when I needed to be in an intermediate class. And so I danced a little too hard. Language learning didn't really grow much, which was too bad, but it did grow a little bit. And like the immersion in and of itself was really good for me. And then after that, after the my school as it was like finishing up, I was like, you know what? I'm not done here. I'm gonna stay longer. And I got a job and changed my visa from a student visa to a working visa. And it's cool, like, if you get a student visa in Japan, you can work, several hours a week. I don't remember, I think it's, like, 20 hours or 15 hours. Like, you can work part-time. And so I was able to swing that, and then I got a full-time working visa, and then I just, like, found someone who was subletting their apartment, and I just moved in. So, that was a really long story. But, yeah, that's what it is. Oh, Genki Disco. Hi, Genki Dis. Fly High by Grizzly, female Japanese punk album. It's very 2000s. Oh my god, I will absolutely check that out. Take me with you, bro. Yeah, do you wanna come with me? Let's go, like, I'll go outside and I'll, like, mow the lawn and stuff. Not that no, I'm kidding, they don't have lawns. I'll navigate the trains, I'm so good at that now, as long as I have somebody, like, who can just, like, turn the rice cooker on. Oh my god, I was, like, I don't know how I lived, you guys. Like, I just oh my god. I'm one of those, like, college freshmen, who, like, moves out for the first time and just, like, crashes and burns, except that was, like, the 3rd time I've moved, and I've lived alone since I was 19, and, like, I just, like, failure, I don't know, it was bad. Um, Rakugo? Let me think. I have to look that up because I can't. Oh, like the comedy stuff? No, but I did go to the opera and I did go to the ballet. I didn't go to kabuki, but I went near the theater once. And honestly, I was very broke, so I didn't get to do a lot of those like really cool things that I should have, and I regret not doing. I should have gone even broker, you know, just full send that. Yeah, you should go to the opera. You will feel so, like, morally superior and, like, intellectually superior to your peers if you go to the opera. Just kidding, you should go if you enjoy it. But, I mean, a side effect is you get to tell people you've been to the opera. The ballet was very, very fun, though. And I did get to go to, like, a classical music festival in Tokyo once. That was really cool. I honestly did these things with my old Japanese professor. She's not old, but, like, former Japanese professor. She's, like it's just, like, the most lovely woman I've ever met, so she would just, like, be like, "Hey, I have extra tickets for this, do you wanna go?" And I'd be like, as I'm, like, alone in my shoebox, I'm like, "Yeah, I would love to. Sounds great." Oh, thank you. I mean, I'm not that cool. I just get bored and I go and do things, you know? I just feel like there's no it's stupid to be like, "Oh, no, I can't do that. This. I can't do that. I've never done that," you know? Once you forego the fear of looking stupid, like, you unlock this, like, power within you to just, like, do whatever you want and be whoever you want, and, yeah. It took me a really long time to shed that fear, but once I did, um, things just, like, kind of, like, became not necessarily available, but I started believing, like, "Oh, you know what? I actually can do this, and I am, like, still like, this is within reach, and I am not too old for that," you know? I should probably I don't know. I feel like every time I stream, I'm just, like, motivated. Right now, I'm not even at my peak because as I mentioned, but cream jury, you are so right. All things are born first in mind. It's just like there's a reason why okay, have you ever, like, seen somebody do something, like, kind of impressive or, like, go out of their perceived comfort zone and, like, accomplish something, you know? Like, for example, like, remember the first time this happened to me, I was in 8th grade, and this guy that I thought was pretty cool, he entered the talent show with his band, and he played guitar and sang, and they covered, like, pop punk songs, and it was, like, fun. Um, and I was, like, so jealous. I was like, "That's not fair." Like, I why can't I do that? Like, that was my thought. And, like, it just kinda stuck with me, you know? 'Cause, you know, I entered the talent show too, and I played piano, and my friends it was, like, all very nice, but it wasn't, like, true to who we were, and it wasn't really that interesting either. It was just kind of like, "This is one song that I know that you also know, so we might as well perform it," you know? Anyways, all this to say is, like, when you see people, like, living their best life and, like, acting like they're happy and, like, doing things that appear to be, like, impressive or exciting or interesting, like, sometimes the jealousy that stems from that is jealousy that we get because we think that we need to be standing in line waiting for something like that, you know? Like, we think that it's not fair that they stepped out of line and, like, went and got what they wanted because, like, we have to stand in line. But the truth is, like, you don't have to stand in line. Like, what are you standing in line for? Are you and I think once I fully understood that in my bones, like, it's like my brain got a software update, you know? Like, I just was able to, like, do things that I wasn't able to do before. And one of those things was rock climbing, as I've talked about, like, nonstop many times, like, but it took me until I was 21 to, like, get the confidence to, like, go somewhere new by myself, you know, commit to this, like, activity and suck at it, absolutely suck at it for, like, a long time. And that just takes it takes a little bit of courage and it takes a little bit of understanding that, like, nobody cares how you look as much as you do, you know? But knowing that in your mind and, like, feeling that and knowing that in your soul is different. Yeah, get out of your own way. That's exactly what it means. Also, yeah, let's go rock climbing. It's just the most fun. It's the most fun. And I'm still not very good, you know, like, some days I'll just, like, get up there and immediately fall off, and, it's just, like, things that I've done before that I can't repeat, like, that happens all the time, but it's just, like it's just not about performance, you know? If you're not a pro athlete, why are you worried about performance? It's about having fun. It's about moving your body in a way that puts a smile on your face and, like, connecting with others. Sorry, I'm getting preachy again. Let me drink some water. Cream Jury. First of all, I like that name. Second of all, do you climb or boulder? Okay, that was not an even line, but that's okay. Because I make my own rules. I write my own destiny. what that's like a line from a Disney show, isn't it? Is that Lizzie McGuire? Oh no, that's like a Britney Spears video. Oh my god. Sorry. Not really, never been to a gym like that, but hiking. Yeah. That's kind of honestly, that's kind of my jam, that type of hiking where you're just kind of like hopping around on the rocks and like trying to just scrambling is exactly what it's called. I think it's really fun. But yeah, if you have the chance, if you like it and are interested and you have the chance, I really recommend giving it a try. I mean, it's not for everyone. You might not like it and that's okay, but it's like when you get to the top of something, it just you feel so capable and you feel so good and you get really tired and you get pretty strong pretty fast. So, yeah, I'm the biggest advocate for playing sports as an adult. And this is coming from somebody who did not play sports in high school and was really bad. Actually, I tried to play sports and I just repeatedly got cut from the teams. So, yeah, play sports if you can. This is kind of weird. Oh, why does this look like a face to me right now? Pause. Okay, sorry. Had to think for a second. Yeah. No, you're so real for that. I um I remember the first time I got cut from like a major team, it was in 8th grade. And I played volleyball since I was like, I don't know, 12, 11, which is not like an incredibly long time, but I wasn't new at it, and I had practiced and I got cut from the team in 8th grade. And I was so devastated because I worked so hard like during and like doing my best and like being really nice to everybody. That's like still a sore spot for me, honestly. And like I don't know why I got cut because I could serve and I was tall. And like that's kind of all you need in 8th grade, right? So yeah, someday when I'm dead, my ghost is going to haunt my old volleyball coaches for cutting me. Cause like I could have been a collegiate athlete. No, I couldn't have. But like, who knows? I will say from last week, we did get a couple recommendations. Amine was one of them. And I could not place the name at first. But then I looked back into it and I actually did know that musician. Um, and it was just, I don't know, it was funny. My friend played one of his songs on a road trip recently, and I was like, um, yeah, so I was reminiscent of that time and kind of random that like I just someone had recommended that because it stuck in my memory too. So okay, these clouds are not my best work either. You know what I'm trying to do that I just realized is not right? I was trying to like shade with the white ink pen, but what I need to be doing is doing highlights because when the background is black, everything is shaded and all you need to do is highlights. But I have all these lines because I just went on autopilot. Oops. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, yeah, definitely the social aspect. Um, my name is pronounced my last name is pronounced Boucher, so none of the above, but you can just call me SB. That's kind of what I go by. I feel like I have to have my last name associated because I'm, like, trying to be professional and stuff, but, I don't know, it's kind of like, it's the feeling I'm still getting used to. But yeah. Yeah, you can just call me SB, but Boucher is my name, my last name. I know it's like it looks like it should be, something else, and I'm sure, like, the real origins of those names have like, where they're from, have different pronunciations, but, yeah, we're extremely American, so we just DIY our own phonetics, you guys. I will say I have been listening to, um, a lot of Nourished by Time, and I always talk about him because he's one of my favorites this year. Um, yes, SB, that's perfect. A lot of my dear friends, when they call me on the phone, they go, "Hey, SB," and it makes me so happy. Um, yeah, Nourished by Time, though. Just he's so good. He's just so good. He has this like um EP called he's got a couple. Well, he's one of the albums is called Erotic Probiotic 2, that I've been listening to like crazy. And it's like a couple years old, but it's really good. His newest album is called The Passionate Ones. And that's been pretty highly spoken about by sources of critics and things like that. So if that matters to you, that might be nice to know. But Chasing Chickens is the other EP that I really like. Um, there's one song on there called Poison Soaked that's just been like stuck in my head all day. And then the other song that I've been quoting without telling anybody is called I think it's called Shed That Fear. And that's he just says like you gotta shed that fear, passing away in order to live your life every day, which is like, yes, so true. So, oh yeah. Which one? The passionate ones, erotic probiotic 2, I have a feeling it's that one. Or chasing chickens, because erotic probiotic 2 is like sick as hell. And he's just like such a cool guy. I don't know. I think he actually like puts thought into his lyrics. And I feel like a lot of musicians that make music to sell, it's just music to sell, you know? They just like make beats to dance to, something to hook you, and then like it's just like songs about partying in the summer, you know? And sometimes that's fun. But one thing I like about Nourished by Time is that there's like actual a little bit of depth, you know? Not every single song, but you can dance to them, and then they're also like one of them is like the first song I liked by him was called Baby Baby, and it's the reason why I like immediately like started looking into him is because he has this like lyric about like I can't exactly remember how it goes, but so I'm gonna paraphrase, but it's like he basically criticizes like, well, if you can bomb Palestine, then you can do this, you know? And immediately I was like, yes, it's significantly and culturally relevant. Who is this guy? And that began my my interest in Nourish My Time. But yeah, always interested in music recs. Please let me know what I should listen to. Some days I am really like excited to kind of like go into discovery mode, and then some days I'm kind of like feeling more like I'm gonna hunker down with my old faves. Yeah, exactly. Milo slash R.A.P. Ferreria. Oh, I'm adding that to my list. Thank you. No, I agree too. Like, especially if you are able to kind of capture some sort of attention, I feel like you are morally obligated to do something positive with that, you know? Not just promote selling of a product, not just promoting consumption, not just promoting feeling good, um, drugs, alcohol, sex, what have you. Like, I feel like there are obviously places like that in art, but like if that's all you sing about, like I don't know, I just really respect and value artists who have more to say than that, is what I'm trying to say. Not trying to devalue anybody. I guess I'm just trying to like say how much I like it when other things are talked about, you know? Because, you know, I love dancing to 365 by Charlie XCX. I love that song, even though it's just like all about cocaine. I listened to it on my run yesterday and I was like, ugh, she's just like, she's so real. But also, like, that's kind of her brand. And she also has more depth than that. She has, she has like other things and other dimensions, or whatever. Open mic eagle. All right. Robo Fishy, you're getting some validation here. I will look them up too. What kind of music is that? You know what I haven't drawn yet? I haven't drawn a star. Let's draw a star. Okay. Wow, it's not very good. That's okay. It doesn't have to be. Oh, that's why I used a pencil. Okay, so you're saying Milo slash Rap Ferreria as well as Open Mike Eagle are both rappers. Okay. Let me know. I mean, that's not gonna influence whether or not I'll listen to them because I like rap and I like hip hop, R&B. I also like electronic experimental. I even like folk music too, but yeah. So the genre isn't really important. It's more like the authenticity and, you know, what are they actually trying to do something or are they just trying to sell stuff? That's always a question I'm asking. And sometimes, again, sometimes I will buy what they're selling and I don't give a crap. But like other days, I'm like, ugh, can we talk about something else, you guys? I'm so bored. Eclectic. Those are all green flag words to me. I think like experimental rap and alternative rap, alternative R&B, and things that kind of like touch that or overlap with that. That has been like a surprise, um, one of my favorite new like types of music to listen to. I've been like so into that kind of stuff lately. Um, yeah. So sounds like it's gonna be right up my alley. I'm excited. Thank you. I think People Under the Stairs, they're like a early 2000s, maybe late 90s even, like rap slash hip hop group. And they have some songs like that too that I really like that are like they're cool and they sound good and like the backs the backdrop the back beats, all those things. I don't really know. I need to work on my vocabulary, but like um maybe I'll just call them the beats are like really cool and the sampling's cool, but like they're also like saying stuff and like saying it and meaning it and it's not just it doesn't feel like just like a big performance. Again, sometimes that's kind of what you crave, but it's nice to have some other like different stuff on the back burner for when you need something more nourishing. People under the stairs, yeah. I think they're cool. I think they're kind of underrated too. Rhythm and poetry. Exactly. Acid raindrops. Mary Jane is the only thing that makes my brain stop. I'm quoting the song, by the way, for legal purposes. That was just a song reference. But between you and me, I'm cool like that. I'm gonna drink some water. Hi, Smoked Gouda, by the way. Nice to see you again. Look who's darkening my doorstep. One of the best cheeses that's ever come out of Holland. It's I don't know anything about a movie called that. I haven't looked into it. Maybe I guess it depends. If the movie came out before, then maybe they're like inspired by it or something. I don't know about any connection though. I did because I didn't know it was a movie, but when the stress fills my brain just like acid raindrops, Mary Jane, you're the only thing that makes my beat stop. Let the music take over my soul, body, and mind. Yes, I love that song. Okay. Okay, this is getting kind of tangled up over here. It's fine though. Everything's fine because it's not real. It's just a drawing. And everything's good. Okay, I do need to erase some pencil marks though. I don't really like it when I can see the pencil marks. I did get to go to a Gouda factory in it was in the Netherlands. It was cool. It was actually I'm being really understated right now. It was probably one of the best places I've ever been to in my life, period. A cheese factory. It was sick as hell. And I ate so much cheese. I nourished my body with cheese. It was amazing. And the way they pronounced it, they taught us how to pronounce it the right way, the Dutch way, and it's Gouda, like Gouda. So, yeah, if you're Dutch, check my pronunciation, give me some tips. Always willing to learn and grow. Yeah. So like next time you're at the store, just pick up some cheese. Just do it. I don't know. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna add some more cross hatching. Did you guys ever take art classes like in high school or college and had to do like you did like one regular shading thing and then one cross hatching and then one stippling? Because I feel like I've done that exercise probably 7 or 8 times in a classroom setting. And I think I would get so impatient that I would just do like a bad job because I just wanted to do something else. but I don't know. It's like the art teachers were like tasked with teaching us only a few things, and that was color wheel, stippling, cross hatching, and drawing with a grid. I think that's all that they needed to teach us. I think that was all that was in the curriculum at my school because I think I learned that and learned it again. Them there things ain't strings. Oh, geez. Yeah. Oh, I think my dog is here. Oh, both of them are. You're about to hear them. Okay. I will go soon and let her in. Oh my god. This is gonna get annoying really fast, so I should probably go. um, whoa, a sibling of the Nissan Rogue Simo. That's cool. I did a skull once and it turned out really well. And yeah, I still have it like on my Instagram, I think. But I remember working on it at lunchtime and I was like, wait, why is this looking good? I was actually shocked. Sibling's hard. I do kind of do it sometimes though, because it's really satisfying and it's kind of meditative too. But I honestly have like such a low threshold for stippling because your body gets tired. Like you're yeah. Even right now, like my thumb kind of hurts. Um, and I've been training. Oh my god, she's so noisy. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. I will let her in soon. It's not even hot out, but she's just used to getting whatever she wants immediately. Is this gel pen this than sketchbooks? Color pack. Yeah, well, I think it depends on the paper. This is a Jelly Roll in 0.05, and not all of mine work perfectly, I think. I feel like I generally like Jelly Rolls. However, I do think sometimes you get duds. I have an entire bag back there of like all different colors and finishes. Like some of them are like metallic and some of them are glittery and some of them are matte. And most of them work, but like I think this is just nice paper for this type of pen. Um I think it just depends. And I mean trial and error, like you'll kind of figure out what pens work best with what papers. I kind of think of them as like these guys get along and these guys don't. So it just depends, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna read chat real quick. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've been like I decided like I would maybe consider doing tattooing if you know, I don't know. The thing I'm thinking about it as I'm like in a pre-contemplative place right now. Like I'm not against it. The thing is like I don't like touching people and I don't like blood and I don't like skin, I don't like hair and I pass out really easily. So if I can overcome all those things, then I might consider it. But for now I'm cool with just drawing designs and stuff. But it would be cool, like, I do draw on my or I used to draw on my hand all the time, like, in high school and stuff, and I would give other people tattoos like that. Um Hey, it's okay. Just wait. Shh. Okay. But yeah, that's a good backup plan, I think. You did a horse? Are we you did a horse? Should I draw a horse too, and then we can be even more similar. Drill a hole in the center of the eraser in silicone and a piece of thick lead. Oh, so you're like holding something a little bit like nicer. That's a good idea. Okay, and I see that it's starting to rain, so I'm gonna go let the dogs in. And I think we're gonna stop here. But thanks for coming by and hanging out. This is what we ended with. Here's a ruler for scale. Um, this isn't. I don't really know what this drawing should be called. Maybe. Oh, real quick, we'll do a moon here for symmetry. How about them apples? Cool. Yeah. So, yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for talking to me. It's always fun. And yeah. Oh, a skateboard. That's a good idea. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'm like reading the chat and having fun again, but my dogs are getting wet. So I'm gonna go. Thank you for hanging out and participating. It's really always a pleasure. So yeah, have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Where is my okay. Okay, bye for real.